in this video, I'm going to be talking about something that has been coming up over and over and over again in some of my, it's actually been, there's been whispers of it over the last, I would say probably 6 months. Like every once in a while, I would notice something really, really weird. And I would reach out to some of my buddies. I think Molly is one of them on here now, and or Shamika, or some Rachel, but some of my other internet marketing buddies. I'd be like, "Are you noticing this? Like, there's just something weird. Is the algorithm funky? What's going on?" And so my little radar was up, and of course, there's so much going on. There's so much happening with, again, the way people buy, the way people are checking people out. And it's the pace of change. And you guys, I'm sure you agree with me this, the pace of change is totally accelerated over the last few years through the pandemic. I think that so many of us were just in the scroll hole, and we already were inundated with ads. We were already inundated with information. Now we've got all of the streaming services, and I'm always kind of like, well, I'm watching this show, but what am I watching it on Hulu? Am I watching it on Prime? Am I watching it on Netflix? Am I watching it on, and then the 50 other streaming services that Don and I subscribe to? There's just a lot going on. And then last month, both of my coaches, I had mastermind retreats with both of my coaches, Shamika Tankerson and John Pemberthy. And then in those mastermind and in those conversations at those retreats, this whisper of lack of attention, maybe fragmented, people not responding, that things were happening, became a full-blown conversation. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. But before I get there, I just really want to answer a question that has come up 100 million times, it seems, this last couple of weeks. And it's, Karla, what platform should I be building on? Should I be building on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, I don't know, Telegram, all the bajillions of platforms that are out there. And I'll just go through a couple of part of the answer. It's a complicated answer depending on the person, et cetera, but there's some generalizations that you can take straight into your business to be able to judge what are you doing, and are you doing it most efficiently. So my first reaction is, I don't see anybody in our network marketing industry being successful on Twitter. I just don't. And it doesn't mean that you won't find prospects there. It doesn't mean that you can't do market research there, because you can get people's answers to questions really quickly. But I would just take Twitter right off the table as far as where you should spend your time. Snapchat is a little bit of a different demographic, and it depends on you, but I've also not seen very many network marketers or direct sales or affiliate marketers or coaches or anybody be particularly, be successful at all over on Snapchat. Wouldn't be where I would spend my time. Pinterest is awesome. However, it is, if you're doing organic, it's labor intensive. And it takes a long time to ramp up, because it is not a social media platform. It is a search platform. And that goes for YouTube too. YouTube is an amazing place to grow your business, but there is a science behind it, and it takes your concentration on that. If you really want to grow your YouTube, you really need to just concentrate on that. LinkedIn, we have quite a few people in our programs being successful over at LinkedIn, but the big three, guys, the big three are Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So in my estimation, there are 4 different kinds of marketers. So ask yourself, which one of these marketers are you? Number 1 is the spare time. Like, I'm going to build my business in my spare time, not part-time, in my spare time. So spare time would be less than 5 hours a week. And guys, you can build your business that way, but I would just say, if you categorize yourself as somebody that builds their business in less than 5 hours a week, then maybe you're not, maybe you're just here for the community, right? It would be really, really hard to grow, to get meaningful results quick enough for you to feel good about your business in 5 hours a week. The next one is part-timers. And this is like the vast majority of network marketers are part-timers. And that's anywhere from 5 to 20 hours a week. So you've got part-time, you're part of your time to be able to devote to your business. And hold on, I'm going to move this. Hold on, I've got something in my way here, and I want to be able to see your comments. I've got a pop-up in my way. Yeah, I love the power setting workshop as well. So part-timers, and then there's full-timers, which are anywhere from 20 to 50 hours a week. And then there's the all-timers, right? Like people like me, I ended up being I was a full-timer for a long time, and I worked my business 25 hours a week, even when I was at the top ranks of the companies that I was at. I put in some extra hours training my team, but that was pretty much, I had systematized everything so that I fit everything in about 20, 25, 30 hours a week at the most. But then there's the all-timers, which we all know many all-timers. So in the chat, I'd love to know what you are. Are you a spare timer, less than 5 hours a week? Are you a part-timer, which is 5 to 20? Are you a full-timer, 20 plus? Or are you an all-the-timer? Which one are you? Let me know in the chat. And there's no bad, guys, there's no bad. You have the time you have. And it doesn't mean that you're taking your business less seriously or more seriously, but you have to be realistic about the time that you have. So here's what I'm making a full, Trisha says she's a full-timer, Cheryl's part-time, Shelly's part-time, Joby, hey girl, is a part-timer, Deb's part-time. Like I said, most network marketers are part-timer. Amy's going from spare going to part-time. Good for you. By the way, welcome, a new member of our top producer mastermind. Super excited to have you inside. Gloria's a part-timer, was love to get to full-timer. Let's get you there, my friend. Spare timer, Susie, yeah. So I think that if, again, 5 hours a week is really hard to get that traction to move forward, to have enough results for you to feel good. It tends to be a negative spiral because you're not investing the time. So here is a left turn for me. I am going to make a recommendation. In the past, I've always said focus on one platform, but I want to say, based on what's happening in the industry right now, it's really important for you to be on more than one platform. And I can hear the sighs and oh my goshers out there. And here's my recommendation. It is super easy. It is not hard. All my creativity happens on Facebook, and then my stuff gets repurposed everywhere else, right? It's repurposing is so important for your business. So if you're a spare timer or a part-timer, you need to be on at least on 2. You don't want to be on 3 because then you'll definitely get overwhelmed. And you need to develop the systems. So if you put a post on Facebook, that you actually take 5 seconds and put it on Instagram, or you create a reel on Instagram and you take 5 seconds, you've already done the video, and put that video up on TikTok. And that shouldn't take you a long time. If you think about it, I don't want to go into all the math, but think about how long it takes you. If it takes you 10 minutes to create a post, it'll take you 1 minute or less, 30 seconds to repurpose that somewhere else. If it takes you 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes to make a reel, it takes you 1 minute to put it somewhere else. So there's all kinds of people out there, including you, Molly, that have great training on repurposing your content. Your content is is the only way that a prospect is going to get to know, like, and trust you, so let me just go through, if you're a spare timer or a part-timer, you should be on 2 platforms and develop the system so that you can do it without spending more time. And then if you're full-timer on all-timer, you should be on all of it. And if you think about it, if you allocate about an hour and a half of your day to create content so you can be across all the platforms, you're creating content. This is the only way that people get to know, like, and trust you. And what I'm hearing in all of my masterminds and everywhere else I go is that it's not about know, like, and trust anymore. This is big. It is not just about know, like, and trust. It is about know, love, and trust. Know, love, and trust. I saw somebody recently when I was talking to her, she goes, well, I spend a ton of time on Messenger. Does that count? And the answer is no. Messenger is a communication platform. It's not a platform where people are looking for answers to their questions, or you're able to give them, they're not actually looking for answers to their questions on social, right? But if you can get in front of them and they can instantly say, hey, Dee Dee has the best weight loss program that I've seen. She's fun and I want to check her out. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. So the way you deliver that know, love, and trust, or way that you develop that know, love, and trust, is through value. And this is a big shift, guys. I just want you to understand this. The shift from saying, I can concentrate only on one platform to many platforms might be like, you might be going, oh, crap, right? Like, that's what I was. I was like, am I going to spend more time? And I realized that that is wrong. And if I'm doing what we're going to teach in our goal setting and power planning workshop, and I'm creating my structure so that I'm in a structure, then I can develop that know, love, and trust by building that huge content library. Like, I have been posting now on Facebook since 2009. So every day I get in my memories all my past posts for that day. And I love looking at them, right? How many of you guys love your memories? Like, I would seriously be bummed if like memories went away, because you can look back and you can go and say, oh, you know, this is cool, or that is cool, or oh, and here's the best part. Every day there's another post that comes up and I'm like, oh, I can totally repurpose that. So you're building a content library for yourself that you can use over and over and over again. And that's not the purpose of this particular live. So I'm not going to go deep in there, but you've got to do that. People want to know, people are starved for the right match, but they are fully and massively overloaded with input. So you guys, part of your strategy and part of what we teach in our strategy is being able to post in a way so your process and email and all the other follow-up tools that you have in a way so that somebody can get to know, love, and trust you. So back to the problem. How many of you guys are overloaded with stuff? Yeah, Karen says her 4-year-old cat's baby pictures came up in her memory. I love that, right? I get pictures, I get posts, but how many of you feel like you are overloaded with information? Susie says yes, Shelly says yes, that Trisha, like who, what, like who, Deb, people are starved for connection. People are starved for their answers. But here's what's happening and what the consensus is across all of the masterminds and the conversations that I have. People are overwhelmed. There is too much. They're following too much. And all of these changes in the algorithm are making it worse. So they're following too much. The demand is great, right? We still have demand for whatever problem we solve. There's problems are still out there, but the problem is that most people are following too many people. And I know if you can name a platform that you're on that you're like, I'm following too many people. If you are like overwhelmed with all of the things, and I know that I am, because I'm like, oh my gosh, that person's really smart. Oh my gosh, that person's really smart. Oh my gosh, that person has a neat information. That person over there. And then suddenly I know that especially Instagram lately, because they've been messing around with how they deliver the feed. So I might be interested in a couple weeks ago or a month or so ago, Don and I were looking at maybe someday adopting a dog. And so I looked at some, what was it, a golden doodle. And I am still getting the dang golden doodles all in my feed. I'm not even interested in it anymore. I can't tell them to stop. Just stop showing me this stuff. And about a month ago, we're doing some things with in our coaching program with human design and how it affects how we work together, all of our coaches and in our coaching program. And so I clicked follow on one person's in Instagram in human design stuff because she had providing a solution, something I'm interested in. And now all I'm getting is human design stuff. Doesn't that make you cuckoo? It's like, all right, I was interested in that for 2 seconds. I guess I could unfollow her, but I'm not sure the algorithm was changed. So here's the problem. Somebody that is looking for, maybe they're on Instagram, maybe they're on Facebook, maybe they're on TikTok, it doesn't matter. They're looking and the follows are getting, the likes and follows are dwindling across the board. So if you're thinking, just so you know, if you're thinking that you're, it's not even retargeting, Susie. These aren't ads. This is just the algorithm giving me what they think I want more of. So what's happening? A couple things with likes. Likes are going down. Follows are going down. And you think, oh my gosh, then how am I going to grow your business? But let's talk a little bit about the psychology around likes. I think most of the people in my masterminds think that people are just tired of liking. Like, okay, yeah, I'm supposed to love, but I'm like my thumb or my mouse, right? We're tired of liking. And frankly, most people now, in my experience across social, are only liking something if they want you to know that they liked it, right? And your prospects, just by the way, your ideal prospects are not sitting there liking your stuff. You probably have heard me say this before. They're not. They're just not. They're watching. They might be following you, maybe, but they're watching. And then and follows are even worse, right? Follows, and this is the key to your success, right? You want people to be following you. They don't have to be your friend. They don't have to be anything other than aware of you and know what you do. So, and half the content out there right now is not even worth seeing. So I know that when I first got on TikTok and Instagram Reels, I was like, I was watching all the videos. I'd be like, "Ooh, that's funny, ha ha ha. Let's check that person out. Oh, that's funny, ha ha ha. Let me check that person out. Oh, that's funny. Oh, ha, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny." Now, funny videos are right. We're all looking for our valuable use of our time. I have a question, Deb. What do you mean follows can be scary? Why is that scary? So here's what I have to say here. Half the content that we're seeing now is not worth seeing. We don't have time to look everywhere and look at every person's stuff. We don't. Your prospects don't. Your ideal prospects don't. Coupled with the fact that everybody has a social media page, IG, that your grandparents do, your grandkids, the unborn grandkids do, your friend's dog does, houses have Instagrams. There's just everything has Instagram. And so what the consensus is right now in the marketplace is people are looking to unfollow. So what does that mean? Why would that be a recession? So when there is a ton of new content and demand is down and nobody's liking, not nobody, but very few people are liking and following. That means that we're in a place where we have to be really conscious of what we post and how we post it and be more on purpose with what we post, be more intentional, more adhering to being in service and providing value so we can have the opportunity of creating that know, love, and trust. So again, follows are going down. here's the psychology around that. And you want people to follow you, right? You want people to follow you. So the psychology around is that you see, I know that I'll just speak for myself. I see some content somewhere and I think, hey, this is good. It captured my attention. Maybe it was how to teach on Facebook Live. Like that would be something that I would be maybe interested 5 years ago, but that's just an example. Let's use something else, like this human design thing. That's good. This person has something really interesting about something that I want to find out about. And it's because it's something I needed, the algorithm is just keeps showing me more. But the follow is only going to happen, your followers, people who will only follow you, is when they check you out. If they say to themselves, this is good information and I want more. And most of the time it's, this is good information, I want more, I don't have time to look at it now, right? Most of the time they're not going to go do a deep dive in your profile. They're just not. My feeling is that if it's dancing or something, I think that the prospect, unless it's totally funny, unless it's absolutely hysterical, it's not going to give you one of those precious followers. And I know we all got away with doing that on TikTok for the past 3 years. I just think that the entertainment factor of somebody that's serious about moving forward with a business opportunity, or serious about creating an extra income, or serious about being recruited, that they're just going to move on. So maybe you capture their attention with some value and they go to your profile. Here's a switch that I'm in the process of making. For so long, our profiles where mine was, I help network marketers build and automate their businesses online so you can rank up, make more money, and have more time. It said exactly what I did. I think now, this is what we're testing. I think now people are more interested to know what they're going to see from you. They're going to see, yes, Linda, they're looking for more value and transformation. They want to know at a glance from your bio, that it's something that they're looking for. So what's important there, and this is a marketing lesson, is that whatever they saw out there on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, and that caught their attention, it's got to be in alignment. They've got to, if you're like talking about, I don't know, crappy cookware or something like that, and they come to your profile and it says, I teach people how to use collagen so they look younger. There's a disconnect there. So everything has to be in alignment. So that quick glance that they're making at your profile, they actually really want to know what you post. They just want to know what you post. What's your theme? What value, what potential impact on their lives can you possibly make? So instead of all of the accolades and I'm the top producer, I'm moving my stuff. I'm changing my things around to be uber crystal clear, and you should too, about what it is that you do, right? What it is, what you post about. And actually for many of you, that is going to be a much easier topic to describe in your bio than I help network marketers build and automate their businesses online, or I help menopausal women lose the belly. Now that's good, right? I post about how menopausal women can lose their belly fat. We have somebody else in our mastermind that she helps women that have had felonies create full-time incomes without all this stuff around that, right? Because they can't get jobs. So that has to be in alignment. And then even more importantly, because people have zero time, especially because we're all here to attract cold leads, right? Everybody here looking to attract new and different and cold leads and cold prospects to your profiles, to your social media. So they get there, they should be able to see at a glance what you do. They should see at a glance what their next step is. So you should have your opt-in page, your email list opt-in, all of that stuff should be right there so that they can go and take that next step. But then they're not going to, unless they have tons of time and they're just messing around and you're incredibly magnetic, they are not going to go do a deep dive in your profile. So if all of that is in alignment and then they glance, and that's the important word, glance at your content should immediately be all about what you post about. They're just going to be taking a peek. And if they don't see right away and it's too hard for their brains to figure out, right? We don't have the time. Like if I have to figure out anything, right? If I have to slow down to figure out anything, I'm bitching and moaning in my head. Like if I have to read yesterday, I got something I needed to sign, a PDF, and I'm like, in my email, and I'm like, for Pete's sake, can't you just send it to me in a way where I can just sign it virtually? I have to print it out. I have to write my signature. I have to scan it back, and then send it. I mean, these things make everyone cuckoo for coconuts. So if that's making me cuckoo, trying to figure out what you do and how you can help them that's not going to happen. Nobody's going to want to have to figure it out. So so you want to look at your content and make sure that it's all in alignment, that your links are there so people can follow the breadcrumbs onto your email list or into your text. People can know exactly what you're doing, and that you can solve a problem so that they can either hit a like, or most importantly, hit that follow button so your content is more likely to be delivered into their feed. I even just think that if you're in a weight loss company and you post a video of you screaming, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, but I did, that might get someone's attention. But if someone is overdosed on entertainment, it's not enough to get someone's attention. You've got to get, I recommend that everybody be here doing short form videos. You should be, and make sure that those are to the point. And I frankly think it's easier to do a talking or a non-talking value-based video than it is a goofy video, right? And lastly, if you're doing short form videos, which 100% of you should be doing them for sure, it's the easiest way to generate leads, easiest. Then please make sure that you're uploading a thumbnail. Because if you have on TikTok, or if you have all your videos on Instagram and somebody's looking at your profile and they cannot tell what all of those things are about, guess what? They'll bounce. So this is an easy thing to do. Just make those thumbnails for every single one of your videos so someone can glance and see what you post about. And then that frankly is a lure for them to go look at more and more and more and more and more. Okay. So any questions at all? Karen asks, can you do another training in the future to show us how you've made these changes and help us figure out how to make these changes on our own profiles? I have done a ton of training. I know there's 2 trainings here in Clever Marketers on how to put your profiles together, both on Instagram and Facebook. TikTok is basically shorter even than Instagram, and you can't put your opt-in page link you can't put an opt-in page link until you get to 1,000 subscribers, which you can do in a very short. I did it just organically. I didn't tell anyone I was doing it. I did it organically in a really short period of time. So if I can do it, it's not hard. So I got a question here. Trisha says, what are thumbnails? So I will show you what thumbnails are. I'm going to go open my TikTok. Whoops, I'm not going to create a TikTok. I'm going to, sorry, I'm old. What's her name? Okay, so this chick, hold on, let me go to her profile. Okay, so when you see this chick's profile, let me see if you can see that. Hold on. Then I'm going to give you some homework to do. Let me see. Let me go to, can you see that? So in front of all of her videos, she has these little thumbnails that says what all of the videos are about. And then they're not just like, see mine, I haven't done it yet, which is bad, Karla. Let me go to my whoops. Yeah. My profile. I have it on some of them, but not all of them. So I'm going to go through all of my Yeah, thanks. It's a little preview picture. I'm going to go through all of mine and put those little thumbnails on there. You should be doing that on your YouTube videos, your Instagram videos, and your Facebook Live videos. There, it's super easy to upload a thumbnail at the end. So here is your homework. Your homework is, let me see, I wrote that down. So let me just see where I wrote it down. Where are you? Okay, so your homework, hold on. Why is this not coming up? Hold on. Well, I'm going to make it up because I can't get to that. I don't want to take your time. While I'm doing this, if you have any questions, let me know. And just as a reminder, registration is open for 1 year to 100K masterclass. That'll be next Thursday. That is events.karlasilver.com/masterclass. Registration for the goal setting and monthly goal setting and power planning workshop will open sometime next week. I don't have the URL for that. Why can I not see this? This is the dumbest thing. Oh, there it is. Okay, so your homework is, nope, I don't have it. All right, your homework is number 1, decide if you are a part-time, spare time, full-time, or all the time, and act accordingly. Is to put your systems together so you're cross-posting across platforms so that your people, so that you are maximizing your work. And I make my, Joby asked how do you make the thumbnail? Is it right in TikTok? You can do it right in TikTok if you want to. I make mine, you can make them on Canva. There's a million ways to make them. So decide whether you are a spare time, part-time, full-time, or all the timer, and build your social media accordingly. Your content is arguably the most powerful thing that you can build for your business. Not only does it attract cold leads to your business, but it builds that know, love, and trust factor, and also converts people into your business faster than anything on the planet. Number 1. Number 2 is to take a look and do an audit of your social media. If someone comes to my profile, right, this is your sales page. This is your lifeblood of your business on top of your email and text list. Go and do an audit. If someone comes here, can they see exactly what I post about? Do I have my opt-in links, my links to my email list so that someone can get on my email list? Can they tell what I post about? Go through your content and make sure that it's all in alignment. If I was a cold prospect, would this be valuable? And that's not to say that you doing a video about walking your dog isn't valuable. That is not what I'm saying. That is definitely a way to build that know, love, and trust factor. And then if you already, like I do, have TikToks, and I always upload thumbnails with my YouTube videos. But it's just as important for all the other video work that you do across all the platforms. So that's your homework. Any other, Latifa says, what if your brand is different than your business? You are your brand. So I don't know what that means. You are your brand. You are your sales page. You are your brand. Your business is not your brand. So you don't brand your business, your company, or you're not going to want to brand to a product. So I'm not sure what you mean, Latifa. If you would answer that. Let me see. Anybody else have any other questions? Last call. I'm on here way longer than I thought I would be. You guys good? Who else what leaders are coming to the 1 year to 1K masterclass next week? I'm super excited for this one because I'm really going to be diving deep. It will not be a live next week, I don't think, simply because it might be. Never mind. Deb says she has a follower question. What's your question? Jackie's coming. Awesome. Let me see. I do have that URL. Masterclass link is events.karlasilver.com/master link. Deb, I don't know what gayness is. Sorry. Oh, what's scary? Oh, let me see what you wrote. What is scary for, oh, she said, Deb said, a couple of men reached out to me wanting to get to know me personally, pushing and uncomfortable. Ignore them, block them. Nothing scary about them. It's not like they're in your house. That would be scary. We've got that all the time, guys. It just is. There are, let's just say, odd, weird people on the internet, and we just block them. And obviously you don't have your home address on your anything, right? You don't want them coming to your house. Not like anyone would. The scariest thing that ever happened to Don and me. So we are really transparent. For the longest time, we were like, yep, we're off to have dinner at Spencer's, or we're having dinner at this place, or we're doing this, or we're doing that. And we were doing all this stuff. We were totally out there. And then one night we are at dinner we were in downtown Palm Springs, and we were having a nice dinner at a restaurant that we go to all the time. And the maitre d' came over and said, hey, there's someone on the phone for you. And we looked at each other and we're like, what? Someone called the restaurant? And my little spidey sense went all over the place. I'm like, what? Oh my God. That we should not have posted that. Not like it's like, who's going to come? I don't know why. I overreacted, frankly, totally overreacted. And I'm like, don't answer it. And so Don said, well, just tell them we're not here. And so he did. And then the maitre d' came back and said, they're on the phone again. They really want to talk to you. And I'm like, well, could it be like some of I have my phone. Like, why wouldn't someone call my phone? And then we just decided it was some wacky person on the internet. And we're like, tell them if they call again, we'll call the cops. So that's the scariest thing that's ever happened to us. And that was not that scary. I overreacted at the time, but, and because I felt like I was like that crossed the line between being here on the internet and being in our space, right? The person called the restaurant. Maybe they were just really calling the restaurant to see if we weren't lying about being there. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Make it a great day. Again, events.karlasilver.com/masterclass. You've got to be making at least 1 or 2K a month in your business already, and have goals for at least $8,333,000 a month plus. If you're not there, then we'll be talking about Biz Academy for Women in a couple of weeks. All right, guys. Have a great day, everyone. I absolutely love you. And I'm going to go off. I've got a couple interviews to do today, some case studies to do, some emails to write, some content to make, some thumbnails to make, and we all got our homework. So let us know in the group how it goes, and definitely come with any of your questions that you might have for anything. Big love from me to you. Have an awesome, awesome day. Bye, everyone. Ciao.